All right, time for part B of 5.1. This will be the expanded notation method, which is what I'll expect you to use for our classwork tomorrow. So go ahead and write your I can statement down. I can divide whole numbers by a one-digit number using the expanded notation method. And what I would like you to do here with this one is I want you to make sure you write your lesson 5.1 and make sure you indicate that it's part B on your page as well. So write both of those things down. Should have written part A for yesterday. I don't know if I reminded you to do that, but please make sure you're writing the part numbers for these lessons. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to set these up in a long division bracket, just like this, except we're going to tackle them just like we did the place value sections method. We're going to take out those big chunks of numbers at a time. Okay, so 7 will not go into 3, but it will go into 38. It'll go into 38 how many times? 5. I've got 2 digits after the 38 right here. I'm going to turn those both into 0, so that's going to be 500. 7 times 500 is 3,500. I subtract, I get 322. Now I'm going to look at the 322. 7 won't go into 3, but it will go into 32 4 times. Since I've got an extra digit after that, I'm turning that into a 0 to make it 40. So 7 times 40 is 280. I subtract, I get 42. And now 7 goes into 42 6 times. Subtract, we get 0. Now when we do the expanded notation method, all we have to do now is I just put a bracket up there. I add those up. That equals 546. I just add those numbers on top. And that equals 546. Let's look at the one for these exact same numbers that I used last time, just looking at it from a different method. So same deal, 6 goes into 4, nope, but it will go into 45 7 times. I add those 2 zeros at the end because of the 2 numbers that come after the 45. That's 700, that's 4,200. I'm going to subtract. I get 395. 6 will not go into 3, but it will go into 39 6 times. Turn that 5 into a 0, make it into 60. 6 times 60 is 360. Subtract, I get 35. 6 goes into 35 5 times. Subtract, I get 5. I'm going to add up the numbers on top again, 765. But don't forget about that number down at the bottom, your remainder. You got to bring that up. So that becomes remainder 5. So now we know that the answer to our problem is 765 with a remainder of 5. And again, you could write that as 5/6. That would be okay as well. All right. So just a quick review on checking your answers. You're going to check division with multiplication. I did this in the last video. I'm not planning to walk you through this again. You can always go back and check that, but I just wanted to remind you that's always a good idea to go back and check. And here are your practice problems. So I need you to do those 2 problems using the expanded notation method. Okay, that's the one you must use this time. And here's your guiding question. Do you prefer the place value sections method or the expanded notation method, and why? Just be prepared to talk about that tomorrow when we get together in class, and have a great night.